Uh, Hello everyone. Hey, you caught me off guard. I didn't know you hit record.
Go ahead.
Fine.
I'm always recording, dude.
All right.
Just always assume.
We okay. What order are we releasing these videos in? Should we release the opening one first?
We could, yeah.
And then do the endings after.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that.
Okay.
We'll act
So,
like this is first.
If you haven't watched it yet, because we haven't released it yet. Let's start over.
Okay. All right.
Welcome everybody. Today we are going to be ranking all of our favorite openings of all the Star Wars movies,
Except Rogue One and Solo.
So the numbered mainline movies.
Skywalker Saga.
The Skywalker.
Yeah.
I still didn't change it.
He still didn't change the name. That he wrote the Skywalker Saga instead of the Rise of Skywalker, just for context.
Yeah, the movie doesn't deserve my remembrance.
But yeah, we're basically gonna be just ranking the openings. We consider the opening. I guess opening sequence is better than just opening. It's not like the first cut or anything.
It's like the first 3 to 5 minutes about.
Just about that. You get a general sense of you watch the movie. It's like, okay, opening over.
Yeah.
Inciting incident is done.
Yeah. So, but they're all different.
In length as well.
Yeah, in length and what happens. For instance, A Phantom Menace, that. What do you consider the first scene until something happens?
Yeah.
That's way until droidekas come. It's almost 10 minutes in.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, and it's because the opening would rank super low if it was just them walking to the room and he's like, but also you just have to be mindful of the future.
Well,
okay.
So that I did rank it based on that.
Okay. Well, anyway,
so
spoilers.
Let's. Okay. Why don't you start?
Start with my number 9, which I know is 100%. If this opening is different from the one that you have, I will be fucking flabbergasted.
Mm-hmm.
Not flabbergasted. Flabbergasted. The Last Jedi. No, dude, consider me fucking gasted. What the fuck?
It's not high. But it's not the lowest.
Oh my god, I'm shocked.
I'm shocked too.
Okay.
So, do you want to hear my number 9?
Yeah, and then I'll go into mine.
Okay, my number 9 was The Phantom Menace.
For real?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Let me explain why I fucking don't like this one. This is the only opening that I don't... But there's good stuff in there, though. I'll give it that. The opening shot of The Last Jedi where the camera zooms in, pans down... I'm going to plug the video that I always plug when we talk about The Last Jedi. Go watch, because we don't have a review out yet. But go watch the When Comedy Works in Star Wars video.
Yes.
Because I've said more there than I will be able to here. Just about, why the comedy fucking halts the scene. Because it starts out fairly strong. Again, the opening shot where the camera's zooming down, the line of the ships. First Order comes, the music kicks in. They got the Dreadnought. Hux is like, yeah, we're primed and ready. We're going to blow them up. And then there's the Leia little bit of scene where she's like, I'm with the droid on this one. And then Poe's there. And it's just one little fighter going against the entire, this massive Dreadnought. And it's building and building. And then Hux is like, tell your princess there'll be no surrender. Your fleet will be destroyed in shambles. And it's like, hello, General Hux there? It's like, oh my god. And it would have been one thing if it was like that, and then Hux rolled his eyes. He's like, open fire, deploy the fighters, or something. And then, but no, he's like, can you hear me? I can hear you. Oh,
hello?
Fuck.
Can you hear me?
It just kills it. Yeah. Hello? Can you hear? Yeah, literally that. And then just to keep going a little bit further, because we didn't really talk about that. The thing with the bombers being made out of fucking paper is stupid.
Yeah.
One TIE fight, it's unintentionally funny that one TIE fighter is it's being it got hit, its wing was clipped and it was just going out of control, hits one bomber, that thing explodes, hits another bomber, which explodes, and it hits another bomber, it explodes. Oh my god.
Yeah.
What is and then they move 2 feet every 5 hours. It's oh my god. And then, but for whatever reason, whenever there's one bomber left, that one doesn't get blown up. That one's fine. That one is just for whatever reason, because it's got a minor character on it that we're following.
Yeah.
But that whole thing with her is fine, making the sacrifice. I don't mind that. I know people care about the bombs. I thought it was just all right. I mean, it is a little stupid, but it didn't really bug me that much. But Paige's sacrifice is fine, well executed. All that is just like the rest of it, and then the fact that the movie later is like, yeah, blowing up that dreadnought was a stupid idea. It's like, no, you'd be dead right now. You wouldn't be able here to think that was a stupid idea. But yeah, that one's my least favorite. So wait, tell me why Phantom Menace is your least favorite. I'm shocked.
Because it's just boring.
For real.
I'm just fucking bored when I watch Phantom Menace.
Even the bit with the droidicas and all that?
Yeah.
Or are you not including?
Because they just force run away.
Oh.
And it's like, all right.
Okay.
All right, yeah. Wow. And like...
You just don't have much to say?
Yeah, because it's like not a lot really happens for me to say anything. Like, they force push some droids away, they cut some in half. And then, like, I remember at one point I was like, what the fuck are they even doing here? Like, what? Like,
yeah.
Like, they showed up, sat down, drank some tea, tried getting gas, didn't work, cut up some droids. Droideka showed up, didn't cut them up, ran away. Then they get on a droid ship and then they run away. And it's like, could you just start from Naboo?
Yeah, I don't know.
Couldn't you just, like, skip all this, like, meandering? But
I don't know if I really,
but
agree
it's
with
just,
that, I guess.
It's just, they should have did more. That's why I put The Last Jedi 7th, it's my 7th.
7th?
Yeah.
Not even 8th?
No.
Oh, fuck.
Because my 8th,
no.
8th is very negative.
I'm just confused.
But, like, I don't like any of these 3 openings.
Okay.
Let me be clear with that.
All right.
So The Last Jedi, I put it above The Phantom Menace because something is happening. And like the opening with Poe, like, if I just like if I cut out all the stuff with the bombers, all the stuff with Hux and him's prank call.
If you have to cut it out.
That's why it's not ranked higher. It's not.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
It would be ranked higher than number 7, you know?
Okay.
Because it would have been like, oh shit, like, they're in the middle of escaping from the Empire. Like, that's happened before with The New Hope, you know? But it's like, this is all pretty cool. They're evacuating a ground base, trying to escape, like, an orbital assault. That's pretty neat. But then, like, all the boring bomber stuff happens, and it's like, oh.
All the boring bomber stuff. My number 8.
Not boring, but like just kind of ridiculous.
I just changed it in the moment because it was originally Phantom Menace, and you made me realize that I actually like it a little bit more than I did before. That's not even me just trying to be like, well, I'm gonna stick it to, you know, like I genuinely was like, oh yeah, I guess it's not that bad. My number 8 now is Attack of the Clones, just because it's pretty uneventful. That's the one I think is uneventful. Mm-hmm. It's fine setup. It sets up the Padme. She's going for the cloning bill to, like, or the army bill. She's going to vote against it because she doesn't want to go to war.
Yeah.
And then you find out that people are trying to assassinate her, and her decoy dies. Which is fine. Again, it's just not, comparatively to the other ones, it's just not. It's literally just set up for that. And that's what I consider the opening, is just that little sequence, because there is like a definitive cut between that and what happens next. If you want to include the Chancellor scene afterward, again, it's just more set up. Not bad per se, but it's just sort of like, it's there.
Do you want to know where I ranked Attack of the Clones?
Or
you want me to wait?
Do you want me to guess?
Yeah.
Bet you it's going to be number 6.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Where is it?
5.
Oh, dude, okay, oh my god, that was the first one I thought of too. I was like, nah, I'd probably.
You should have went with your gut.
Well, no, because I thought it'd be lower for you. Honestly, that was my rationing.
Yeah, I'll explain my reasoning with all these rankings. It makes sense if I explain it.
It makes sense.
It makes sense. I'm not crazy. But
crazy?
Phantom Menace number 9, boring. Give me something to do. I have the Skywalker saga as number 8.
The Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah, sure.
Bro. Oh, you did that on purpose. I thought you did it by accident. I was like, jeez. All right.
It's, oh my god, what even fucking happens?
In the Rise of Skywalker opening? So, I mean, there's a lot that fucking happens. So, the Mustafar fight happens. Yeah. He gets the triangle.
Okay,
he goes into the...
Yeah. That's where it gives you the best like interpretation of how the movie's gonna be for the next 3.5 hours.
Well, they say your opening scene should let the audience know what the movie's gonna be like. So
and
it's
you know
perfect.
what? if we were ranking these on efficiency of opening scenes, it'd be number 1.
Yeah, efficiency. You know what? There you go. Yeah, it got everything out of the way in the fucking first 2 minutes.
That literally, like, okay, let's look at the Phantom Menace. Look at my number 9 and my number 8. Phantom Menace.
Mm-hmm.
We walk into a ship. We sit down at a table. And you go to number 8. I go to a planet. I murder a tribe. I get a triangle. I find Emperor Palpatine on Exegol. I become his apprentice. And it's like, whoa, dude, you just did a whole movie in 3 minutes.
Oh my god. Yeah, it feels like the first act of a movie. Just shoved into 5 minutes. But,
And I hate it because, like, I didn't have time to process anything. I would have liked to know who the Mustafarian natives are.
Originally, he was supposed to go to Vader's castle from Rogue One. I thought that would have been a nice way to tie in the spin-off movie. Because that is Vader's Wayfinder he's after. But he just finds it in the magical forest. And there was supposed to be, like, a Lord of the Rings-esque, like, guardian that was going to talk to him. It's, like, this weird spider on top of, like, a head. It was weird, and I think that's why they cut it. But it sounded interesting, at least.
Yeah, it'd be cool. It'd be something different.
You're just a hater.
I am a hater.
Yeah.
I hate Star Wars.
I hate Star Wars. Okay, so
I am not a fan.
So that was your 8.
Yeah.
Like I said, my 8 was Clones. My 7, which you said was The Last Jedi for you.
Yeah.
For me is The Phantom Menace. I think it's it is pacing wise a little bit slow at the beginning, and originally I just considered it the boardroom area, but I do think it kind of builds up with the Nemoidians, pumping the gas into the room, and then the droids. It has what was once upon a time the stupidest line in Star Wars, where Newt Gunray goes, after they have the room pumped with gas, he tells the battle droids, "They must be dead by now. Destroy what's left of them." It's like, wait, hang on. And now he might mean destroy the bodies, but that is not what it comes off like. It just sounds like, oh, they must be dead. Go fucking kill them. Like, wait, hang on. Because they have their guns and shit, like ready. But then I do think it is at least a little bit exciting. This is the first time we see the Jedi in their prime, especially like a master and apprentice working together.
Yeah.
They're cutting down the droids, and then the droidicas corner them. I'm not saying it's great or anything. It's serviceable. It's fine. I like it enough. The music is really good. It's got like the version of the Force theme that's like sort of action packed. If you played the Lego Star Wars game, you know what that is, what the music is.
You know.
Yeah. You know what it is. Yeah. But again, I like it. It's just there's not really much to really say about it. It's got stupid line in it, and I don't know. There's some things are. I mean, I love the Phantom Menace. I just think that there's things about it that are like off-putting. Like just like the Nemoidians and their accent, and the droid goes, "The ambassadors are Jedi Knights, I think." And it's just like the way it comes off. It's just so bizarre. It feels like I'm watching a fever dream. But
it's hard. It's hard to just let the movie's music kind of make it seem good, because I don't know. It's easy to say that the music makes the scene. Like I just said that for A New Hope in the endings episode, but I don't know. It doesn't save a Phantom Menace for me, as good as it is.
Yeah.
The opening, at least.
And I will say I do like the ending to this opener where Obi-Wan, you get a little bit of a taste of his sarcasm, where he's like, the negotiations were short. Like, that's kind of neat.
you little jokester.
And Qui-Gon's like, shut the fuck up, dude.
He smacks McGraw's mouth.
He smacks him. Like, don't you fucking talk like that. We are Jedi Knights.
Smacks him in the mouth. Oh, yeah. So funny.
You got a fucking filthy mouth.
You got a filthy mouth. You got a filthy mouth, Kenobi.
Yeah. All right, so go ahead. What is your number 6?
Okay, my number 6 is Return of the Jedi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it suffers from just not a lot happening.
Yeah.
Where it's just kind of a slow start to the movie. I wouldn't say it's like boring, because like, oh, like Vader's in the Death Star, Palpatine, the Emperor's coming, you know.
Yeah, this is also the first time you see Vader after Empire, where you sort of humanize him slightly. Like you realize he's the man in there, and he's Luke's dad, so you know
Yeah.
Especially not knowing what happens in the movie, like first time watch. I remember being a kid
Yeah.
and being like, oh, like it just felt different looking at him.
Yeah, I was gonna say it didn't feel as empty as like the Phantom Menace to me.
Yeah, it's really just set up.
Yeah, so that's why it's just set up, so not a lot happens within the first few minutes. It's one of those where it's like, should you extend this scene longer till something happens? But it's like, it's unfair to other movies, you know.
Yeah, I think it's good enough. I can't imagine it being longer. He gets all the exposition out in a good way. You know, we have another Death Star. The progress is slowed. Emperor's coming.
Yeah.
Better fucking watch out, because I love the line, the Emperor's not going to be as forgiving as I am, because that's really it's a really good way to set up like just how fucked up, because you know Vader is not forgiving in any way.
Oh yeah.
Imagine what his master's like.
Yeah, he'll just kill you.
I have that at, see, 4 through 6 are interchangeable in a way. I have that at number 4. I really like it, and it might be because of like the slow dramatic like beginning. You see the ship, the Star Destroyer come over, and then the shuttle, and it's all very like slow and methodic, and they're like checking in it's like a shuttle Tiberium, you're able to land, you know, like very official, and then you get the nice, there's a lot of parallels to A New Hope with the shots. And then you get like the nice music. I like that kind of thing. So I do think that some of the endings we may discuss are better. I just personally prefer it, just because it takes its time. And that music at the end, that version of the Imperial March is very, very good. That's one of my favorites. Not the favorite, but it's a good one. But yeah, that'll be my number 4. I'll just say that now, because I don't have much else to say. And that's your number 6, right?
That's my number 6. Yeah.
Briefly, because I really don't have much to say about this. My number 6 is Empire. Again, it's not bad. I just don't really. Where do you consider the ending of the opening?
For Empire?
Yeah, I had a hard time placing it, because it really, the pacing is so good and it flows well. There isn't like a hard distinction of like, oh yeah, opening done, you know. I
don't know, because I rank it pretty high.
Oh, for real?
I love Hoth. I like rewatching it, like I'm like, oh fuck, I really love everything on Hoth. But it's hard to like know when I want to stop it, like where I stop considering it's like an opening anymore, you know?
Yeah, I see. I forget how long it is before the Wampa thing happens. I almost want to say that, but I don't know. I have it so low just because I can't really distinguish when the ending is of the opening. So I'm just sort of like, you know, the probe droid lands, and you see Luke again, and it's good to see him, and he's talking with Han. He gets mauled by the Wampa and taken to the cave. Again, it's all good character stuff, because, you know, then it shows the Echo base where they're working on the Falcon and all that.
I love Echo base.
Oh, yeah, and it's got really good music, too.
Yeah. Do you want to know where I put it?
I'm going to guess you put it at number 2.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go.
Yep. Dude, I love
where do you end it? Where is your distinction?
I want to say probably right before the Wampa Cave. But I love that scene so much. I want to include it.
Okay.
You know?
All right. If we include that, I might have it higher at number 5. But again, these are all interchangeable. It could easily be number 4. But yeah, I really don't have too much to say about it as well.
Yeah.
It's just good. Like
it's good, baby.
Yeah, like I mean, everyone's talked about that movie to death. I don't really have anything new to add other than I like the Wampa.
Yeah,
I guess.
I like the Wampa.
Personally, I like the Wampa.
So my number 5 was Attack of the Clones.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Okay.
I only put it above Return of the Jedi because I was just kind of like, eh.
Okay.
You know,
dude, our lists are like so different.
I know.
Except for our number 1. I know our number 1 is the same.
Yeah,
I won't say it yet, but we've talked about it before.
Yeah. Attack of the Clones for me suffers from the same problem as Return of the Jedi, where it's like it's mainly just setup for what's to come.
Yeah.
Where it's like not a lot happens, but like that's fine. Because not a lot, I guess, should happen.
Yeah, I mean it's serviceable. I don't know what else you would do.
Like at least, you know, in Attack of the Clones, like there's an attempt on Padme's life. That's something. But then after that, it kind of just dies down for a while, which is fine. It gets the point across. It's just not very exciting, or like attention holding. So, but my number 4 is A New Hope.
Oh, wow.
I like A New
Okay.
Hope's opening. This is where I'm like, okay, I like every opening. Like,
from this point on.
yeah. Whereas before it was kind of like, it's okay. And then, like, 7, 8, 9 were like, I don't like them.
Well, you mean 8 and 9, right? Because you haven't mentioned 7 yet.
No, I mean, like, my rankings for 7, 8, and 9.
Oh, I thought you meant... Dude, that's the second time you've said 7, 8, 9. I thought you were referring to the films.
No, sir. No, sir. But yeah, anyway, A New Hope, I really like. I just, like... you don't really know what's going on, but everything that you need to know is, like, the point is put across for you perfectly. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
Like the rebels are in this small ship
mm-hmm.
being chased by this giant capital ship
Yep.
of the Empire. It's like, okay, rebels, small force. They have literally nothing compared to the giant empire behind them. And it's like, great. And then the scene where they get on the ship and, like, they're trying to find Leia. I don't really know how long it is into the... like, when we should stop considering an opening.
I stopped it when the droids land on Tatooine. Like, that's when I think it ends. The whole thing with the Tantive is the opening.
I think it's a very good and efficient opening.
Yeah.
Where, like, it gets off, like, okay, we don't know who these people are or, like, what they're doing, but we know they're important, and we know they're being chased by an oppressive force.
Yeah, the opening crawl helps with the context, too. But,
yeah, oh, yeah. These are all considering, opening crawls included. So.
Okay. That one for me is higher. I won't say where yet, but that one is higher. I'll talk about it when we get to that. My number 5 is The Force Awakens, and I'm considering everything up until they get to the shuttle, or the finalizer, like Kylo Ren.
Oh, sorry, I skipped over your number 5.
Oh, no, you're good.
I thought your last one you did was your number 5.
Oh, no, you're good. Because, I mentioned my number 4, which was Return of the Jedi. But, yeah, my number 5 is Force Awakens.
Okay.
Solid reintroduction to Star Wars. I like the action scene, the color palette, and everything.
Yeah.
Poe getting the map, I like his character introduction with BB-8, and Kylo Ren's introduction as well as Finn. There's a lot going on here.
Do you stop before you get to Rey?
Yeah, no, like, I stopped the opening when they, like, before the shot where they get to the ship. So, like, Kylo Ren's shuttle's going up, that's when I stop it.
Yeah.
So, like, when he leaves the village.
Okay.
That's what I consider the opening, at least, sequence to be.
Yeah, I forgot Rey's, like, way in.
Yeah, I mean, this is... that movie definitely has problems, but I don't really think a lot of them are prevalent here.
Mm-hmm.
Poe and his X-Wing is neat. He's got the little cannon he's shooting out. We learn a lot about Finn. Or, I guess not a lot about Finn, but we see his character change.
Yeah.
And how he doesn't want to shoot. We learn about Kylo, get a little flavor of him. It's just like a nice introduction, assuming that we would get things later that would expand upon Kylo, because, like, talking about your family heritage, and then he fucking kills him.
Yeah.
And him stopping the bolt of energy is pretty cool really as well. Cool, getting his power level, and again, I think visually it looks really nice. Like the shuttle's going down and, like, the lights flickering, and just like the blues and the color palette for that movie is really, really fantastic.
I really like how The Force Awakens looks. I know we'll probably talk about it more when we actually review the movie, but yeah, the way the movie looks is really.
I think visually it might be my favorite Star Wars movie, honestly.
Okay, buddy. All
right. I don't know.
Okay. All right. You're getting a little ahead of yourself.
Well, I'm trying to think of another. Maybe Revenge of the Sith? I don't know. Anyway.
That's true. The original trilogy is a little dull.
Yeah, it looks fucking stupid.
It looks like mud. What, are we watching this on a Dagobah camera?
Yeah. Fuck you. Anyway. So yeah, that's my number 5. Again, solid. It's just I guess it's just that it's solid. Nothing too special. But again, I think what makes it stand out is the visual flair, and I mean, this was our reintroduction to Star Wars in a way.
Yeah.
After many years for a lot of people, so again, I think it sets up things further on. Like what we're gonna do with Finn, Kylo, the map. BB-8 runs out. It's fine. Or solid, I guess. It's better than fine. All right, what is your number 3?
No, you do number 4.
I did my number 4. It was Return of the Jedi.
That's right.
Did you do
my
your number 4
number
was A New Hope, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
My number 3 was The Force Awakens. So.
Oh, for real? Okay. Oh, I guess that's perfect then. Just go right into it.
Yeah. Well, it like you said, I like how it looks. It's kind of like when I first saw it, I remember the feeling I had because I was like, where are they gonna start with all this? Like, I know the old characters are in it, but like, who's this First Order? Like, where did they come from and anything? It's like, it's not really answered, and I was hoping it'd be answered later. So, but anyway, you distracted me, Kevin.
Sorry, Kohani was like, "Where are you?" I was like, "I'm recording."
Yeah, well, tell him to piss off, and you could put this in the episode. Kohani, if I see you, you're going down. Walk up, son. I dare you.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you, idiot.
Anyway.
Yeah, I think they establish who Kylo Ren and the First Order are pretty well. Like, Kylo Ren, like, yeah, he's evil, but he's also very impatient.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you kind of get that point pretty fast. His powers are cool. I think Poe's introduction is pretty cool. I like how they basically kill him off.
Yeah.
Like, right at the beginning. They should have killed him off for good, but whatever.
They were supposed to originally.
Yeah. But yeah, it was, like you said, solid. I really like it. I like how it looks. And then I like how it leads into Rey. I know it's not part of the opening. It's more so just talking about, like, the main plot of the movie, but...
Yeah, because they escape first, right?
Yeah.
I think. I don't remember. I don't remember
You don't cut back to Finn, like, shooting up from, like, the sand, like the trailer shot, you know?
Yeah.
Until after Rey is established. What's your number 3? Did you already say it?
The Rise of Skywalker. Is it my topic?
You're joking.
No, I really like it. I really like the opening. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Ever since I've seen it, I really like it, but I don't think it's good because here's the thing. I want to specify this is just a preference list. This is not like in terms of quality. No. Well, maybe my number 1, but not this. This might be dead last if it was in terms of quality. Oh boy, because they rush. I don't know why. I really like it. I like the Imperial or the First Order Star Destroyer over Mustafar, and then Kylo Ren's like kicking ass through the forest, destroying the Mustafarians, if you will. And then he finds the Wayfinder that should be a holocron, but for whatever reason it's not. It's just a different triangle-shaped Sith artifact. Then he immediately goes flying into the red weirdness of whatever. I don't even know what the fuck that's supposed to be. I don't know why he can't go around it.
It's a space storm.
But why can't he go around it is my thing. Why does he have to go through it?
It's cool.
Okay.
It's a cool shot.
Oh, okay. And then
Kylo, go through the storm.
And then I love the way Exegol looks and everything. I also like how this opening is centered specifically on a villain in his journey. We kind of get that with, like... We don't get it to this extent in the other ones, I guess I would say. The closest I can think is Return of the Jedi, but again, it's not like this. It is the opposite. No, but I guess just personally, I do like the quick pacing of it, and it's, like, very intense, and the music is really good. And then he goes to Exegol, and again, I love the way that looks, and he finds Palpatine. But there is so much information that is just thrown at you, and Kylo doesn't really react. You know, he's like, I've been every voice you have ever heard inside your head. Like, whoa. Yeah. And he's just like, where are you? Like, he's like, oh, okay. It's like, I don't know.
I love your impression of him.
Dude, I don't know.
I'll say visually it looks really good. But it just is too much.
It is too much, but like then you see Palpatine Reborn, which is a discussion for when we talk about the movie, but he at least looks neat. And at the time, or at least this point in the movie, you think that they'll explain it later, you know? That's why it didn't bug me when I first watched this, because I was like, oh, it'll be part of the plot, how they explain how Palpatine came back, and then it's like, oh, you think about it later, it's like, no, I guess they don't. And I also like his journey, like, he's the supreme leader and he finds that there's threat to his power, so he just immediately tries to go to the source to. I mean, you hear Emperor Palpatine's back. You kind of have to go see it for yourself.
Yeah, you're like, I don't believe that.
Yeah, so I don't know. And then he's like, you'll never fight. You need to tell Rey about that true parentage. He's like, what do you mean? And then he just kind of smiles, and
it's me.
I don't know. And then
I'm
like
her
the Star Destroyers coming out of the ground, like almost like out of the grave. I don't know. It's stupid. You know what? That's the thing. This is really cheesy and campy, and I think that's why I like it, because that is an aspect of films that I do like. Like the Raimi Spider-Man movies have that to a certain degree, but this is just full on like like cheesiness. Snoke in the tanks. Like, I made Snoke
out of my boogers.
What do you mean you made Snoke? It's like that's all we get. Like, but anyway, yeah, that's my number 3. I don't think it's good. I just really enjoy watching it.
Yeah, well, I think it's garbage.
He's like, I have an eternal fleet that I can give you. He's like, what? Bring Rey to me. Oh, okay. But yeah.
Because I want to kill her, and her.
Yeah, that's another thing with the fucking movie. But here, we'll wait. His lips. Blue coral number 5. And it imported
from Bikini Bottom.
All right, so what is your number 2?
Oh shit! I put my fucking list out when I was blowing my schnoz.
Watch this.
My number 2 is Empire Strikes Back.
Oh wait, that's right.
Yes.
My number 2 is A New Hope, basically for all the same reasons that you said. What?
Go ahead.
No.
Are you gonna expand more on it?
Not really. I mean, you basically said it. It's a really good introduction to the world, the characters, the main villain, the opposing force. We know they have the plans, and we see how desperate it is that they're trying to get it away. You get a nice little flavor of Leia's character, and it's just really, really good. And again, in terms of like expressing things to the audience without explicitly saying like, like when they're shooting the troopers, be like, the Empire's massive, we can't beat them. And, they show that visually with the giant ship and the small ship, and I don't know. It's a really solid, really great opening to anything. So if I don't know if we mentioned it on the show before, but our number 1 favorite opening of anything Star Wars, I'm assuming, is Revenge of the Sith. What a fucking way to open a movie. It is just so...
Dude.
And of course, as I'm trying to find the fucking opening on Disney Plus, it's the one fucking movie that's not on here. And it's still not on here.
It's
You go ahead and take it, because I know you love this opening as well.
Yeah, it's the one I remember seeing in theaters as a kid, and like it literally like that's what cemented me as like a Star Wars fan. Like I started buying like Revenge of the Sith video games. I was playing like Revenge of the Sith maps on Battlefront, like reenacting scenes, mainly space battle scenes, just because like it's just so good with the music and the way like it pans. I'm not as good at explaining it as you are.
Okay.
But we pull it up now.
So yes, this is. And I know this is kind of sacrilege. This is sacrilege for a lot of people, because everyone would pick A New Hope because that's the iconic opening of like that ship going over, and it like changed cinema forever. But like, man, this opening is so good. And keep in mind, this was the final Star Wars movie. So you open it up and you see this Republic cruiser. It kind of it's the first time we've seen one, I believe, that looks like a Star Destroyer in a way. Then you see these. I guess the best part about this is the sense of scale. So it's like you start on this, it's all you see. Then you see these 2 tiny ships. You can probably assume who the Jedi Knights in them are, because they briefly mention it in the opening. They don't say Anakin and Obi-Wan, but you know. And they're in sync. That's the best part, is that for most of this, they are flying in sync together. Obviously, by the end of the movie, they will be, I guess, out of sync, if you want to, say that. But they do this beautiful like pirouette spin move into this giant chaotic battle, and you really get a sense that this is a full-scale war now. Because it started out in Attack of the Clones. It's like, okay, that's the beginning of the war. Now we get to see the war at its height. Not only that, the capital that we've now known for 2 films, Coruscant, is now under siege, and they've kidnapped Chancellor Palpatine, and now our 2 protagonists are the only hope of getting him back. And obviously, we know that this was a setup. But, I mean, again, visually, this is all one uncut shot of this massive Coruscant battle. And it's all, like, what's the word? There's continuity with it. So it's not like you cut to another shot and it's going to be, like, random shit. This is, like, a actual staged battle that's going on between all these ships. And again, it's just like the chaos of it is just incredible. Because we've never seen anything like this in Star Wars. And it's like, for the final movie, go all out. Show us this massive, insane battle between these like, two warring factions.
All the Vulture droids jumping off of the ship. And it's like, oh, there's like over 100 of them just coming straight for Anakin and Obi-Wan.
Oh, yeah.
And then, like, yeah, that's the thing. Like, as a kid, I never realized it was Coruscant they were above.
Oh, for real?
Because I was like, oh, they're just above a planet fighting. And then, like, when I saw it in theaters, I mean.
Oh, okay.
But, like, as I, like, got older in, like, middle and high school, I was like, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, you really understand the scale of it. And then, like, I don't remember if it's here in the opening, but they'll cut to, like, the cannons firing, like, against, like, the outside the side of the ship, like, the capital ship.
That's a little bit later, but, I mean, you can still see that in the background.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, like, this is amazing. As a kid, it blew my mind.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, even now, it's just as exciting as it was when I was 7. And what's cool is that they modeled these ships, and I guess not modeled, but they were inspired by, like, pirate ships, like galleons. So, like, when those two ships are going in, like, side by side, it's like two pirate ships, you know, like, firing the cannons broadside. And again, what's good about this opening as well is you get a lot of character between Anakin and Obi-Wan, because this is, I mean, the last movie they were button heads. This really has to establish that they are friends, you know. Otherwise, that line by Obi-Wan wouldn't make sense in A New Hope of, like, he was a good friend, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And you see how caring Anakin is, too. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Like, in Attack of the Clones, Anakin was way more of a loose cannon as a Padawan. Mm-hmm. But now that he's not a master, right?
No.
He's a knight.
Yes.
At this point, yeah. So, yeah, just like you said, like, Obi-Wan's no longer, like, he's his superior, but not in the sense of master-student. It's, like friends, like, friendship, kinship, you know.
Older brother, in a way.
Yeah.
And,
like a role model, almost.
Yeah, and it shows Anakin, you know, he cares for that clone trooper that was, you know, he's like, I'm going to go back and help him. And Obi-Wan's like, no, we can't, you know. He's trying to show his compassion and how that will ultimately be the end of him, is trying to, you know, hold on to people or things just because he, you know, loves them.
Yeah. Rip R4.
And yeah, rest in peace R4. We're watching the scene right now. And another great thing is him, like, you know, he's trying to save Obi-Wan, and again, knowing how this ends, it's just kind of sad. Like, he went out of his way, like, nearly killed him and Obi-Wan in the process to try and you know, save him.
Yeah.
Like, the lengths, like, their friendship, this is the lengths they're going to. He's not going to let his master die. Or his, you know, master, quote unquote, but, you know, they're really good friends.
Yeah.
And
it's like he calls him master, but we know the truth.
Yeah, and again, you get, like, character flavor of, like, Obi-Wan when they're flying into the hangar. He's like, oh, I've got a bad feeling about this. And Anakin at the beginning is like, this is where the fun begins. You know, really contrasting who they are as people, but, you know, still showing why they are, you know, the best of friends and why they do work together so well.
Yeah, they're ace pilots, you know?
Yes, and I'm considering the opening everything up until they get into the hangar. I mean, you really could make the argument for the entire Battle of Coruscant, but I mean, you could even if we were just saying the opening shot, I would still say that this is the best, that uncut shot of them flying into battle.
Yeah.
And everything here is great. R2-D2 gets a little hero moment where he shoots the buzz droid. It doesn't feel stupid.
All the droids they introduced too.
Yeah, the Vulture droids from Phantom Menace come back.
Yeah, it feels like it almost feels like, okay, they were at the beginning of the war with just, like, super battle droids were, like, the newest thing. Now this is the end of the war where they have capital ships and, like, buzz droids and, like, special fighter droids, you know.
They're ramping up.
Yeah.
And to defeat the argument of, like, well, it doesn't make sense, I don't know what's going on, I think it's very clear what ship is which, especially if they're fucking shooting at them or not.
Yes.
It's like, I can't tell who's fighting who. It's like, well, there's also ships from the Phantom Menace in here as well, the droid control ships.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, if you're paying attention, you obviously know what's what.
Yeah. Good guys shoot blue, bad guys shoot red.
Yeah.
What's so hard to understand?
Well, I mean, Republic ship at the beginning that they were flying by wasn't shooting at them either, so you can just assume that all of those are on their side, and the ships that they're shooting at are the enemy. Like, it's not fucking rocket science. But anyway, I just know that that's a common complaint. But yeah, no, that is the best opening.
If you complain about that, you're stupid.
I don't know if they'll be able to top this opening. Honest, I don't know what movie or show or what it would take to top this, but yeah, no, that is.
It's just.
So just to briefly go through the list because we did go out of order. I'm gonna go from worst to best. So we got Last Jedi, Attack of the Clones, Phantom Menace, Empire. You know what? I'm gonna switch Return of the Jedi and Force Awakens. I'm gonna say Return of the Jedi is 5, Force Awakens is 4, Rise of Skywalker is 3. I'm sorry, Max. A New Hope is 2, and Revenge of the Sith is number 1.
Okay. My list from best to worst.
From best to worst? Why
I did that last time,
why the fuck did you... What do you mean last time? This is airing first.
Oop.
You're giving them too much behind the scenes.
No, Kevin. You are supposed to put the list on the screen.
You don't have that Banyang Bop anymore.
I don't have that Banyang Bop.
Read it.
Okay. My first one is Revenge of the Sith.
Okay.
Then Empire Strikes Back. Then Force Awakens. Number 4 is A New Hope. Number 5, The Attack of the Clones. Return of the Jedi is number 6. Number 7 is The Last Jedi. 8 is The Skywalker Saga. And number 9 is Phantom Menace.
Why do you stop calling it that? That's so distracting. And
I keep forgetting to change it. I get distracted every time we talk about it.
Yeah, so that'll do it for us on this one.
Yeah, this is kind of like a I don't know, like a quick way to rank all these introductions and endings to the movies because they're all so different.
Yeah.
You know, like they're not all the exact same.
Yeah, no, I mean, just looking at I have the list up now. I'm not going to spoil because this is going to come out before we put out the endings one. Looking at the list, the only same one, which isn't a spoiler, is The Last Jedi. And also, there's another one on here that's the same position. But most of these are all different. Like, they're all mixed up.
Yeah, mine too.
Some of them are close, but also this was...
The Rise of Skywalker is my 8th on both lists.
This was interesting just because this was, like, the first thing that we really haven't, like... A lot of things we will, like, have similar. Like, that Factions video was basically the same.
Yeah.
Except just, like, one thing was, like, flipped, maybe. Yeah, this was interesting because it was a lot of these were different, and our reasonings were, I mean, a lot of these were not the same, even if we had them in the same spot.
Which, we're the middle ground. Exactly, that's the point, Kevin. We're in the ground in between the middle of both of us, so we can have different opinions, while being, in between each other.
In between what?